Hi, good evening. This is John Hawkins Jr. with Gateway Counseling Centers. Our Tuesday night Facebook Live. Come to you every Tuesday night at 8:15. Answer any questions you guys have. You can email me throughout the week at jonh@gatewaycounseling.com. I am a trauma and addiction specialist, couples therapist, and peak performance coach. We are a counseling center here in Boynton Beach, Florida, where we do individual, couple, family therapy, for all mental health issues, relationship issues, spiritual issues, pretty much anything. Hi, John. How you doing? Nice to have you. Anything, with mental health or any of that stuff, we can help you. So we have a mission here to help as many people as we can, using every way we can. So we're doing, our website, our individual and group family therapy, social media platforms, everything. So we do this Tuesday night at 7:15. One of the things I found throughout the years is a lot of people, surprisingly to me, don't have the right information when it comes to mental health issues or PTSD or addiction. There's a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of outdated theories and models that science has invalidated. Probably one of the most, just had that again today, one of the most misdiagnosed. I did a live on that a few weeks ago on undiagnosed PTSD is probably like an epidemic proportion. Everybody just keeps getting diagnosed with symptoms of the PTSD, like anxiety, depression, addictive behaviors, but nobody is like teasing out. And I see people get misdiagnosed as bipolar and all kinds of other things, and then they get put on all these psych meds, which creates all kinds of other issues. So it's really important to get the right information. So that's what I want to talk to you about tonight. Something that's come up. One of the biggest reasons statistically that people will come to therapy is for either depression or anxiety. So I'm talking about depression tonight. I've done a lot of lives, a lot of other videos on anxiety. So from my perspective, what is much more helpful in helping people treat these issues or recover from them is to look at them not as disorders, but as symptoms of other things. Because what happens is, the mental health community as well as the medical community primarily is dedicated to symptom suppression. And in my experience, and so they're not really getting symptom resolution or getting to the root cause of things. So depression is a perfect example of something like that. If they just, if you have certain depressive symptoms and you meet criteria for major depression, then okay, we'll give you these treatment objectives. It could be medication, could be something else. But what is lacking is really getting to the bottom of why that particular person has these depressive symptoms. So I look at it more like anxiety, depression as symptoms indicating other things. So probably one of the biggest sources of depression I see a lot of, and again, it affects you neurochemically, but it's not the origin of it, and that is shame-based depression. So a huge percentage of depression is based around shame. So whenever we have feelings of feeling not good enough or inadequate or worthless or dumb, whatever the adjective, the description for you for that moment or time period, it will trigger a core emotion of shame, which is a very intense emotion that will shut down other positive emotions. So also when you get like a strong emotion like shame that overwhelms the nervous system, it will also trigger a process known as dissociation, where it will kind of split off whatever you can't handle. So then it will over-regulate the nervous system. So then what you have a lot of times is a combination, kind of a 1-2 punch of shame and disassociation that could have started in like real early childhood, infancy, adolescence, anywhere. And then when that gets triggered, it's just like putting a lead blanket on top of yourself, and it just suppresses everything. So maybe if you took some medication or things like that, it can help a little bit with mood, but it's not getting to the core of the problem. So I talk, in dozens and dozens of videos about the different types of memory systems we have, the explicit system and the implicit system. So the explicit is our conscious memory, that's the images and the facts in your mind's eye. The implicit's the feeling in the body, and they're stored in different parts of the brain. So what happens is circumstances, events, like let's say something that would trigger rejection or shame for you in the present, will also activate your whole history around that feeling that's not, that's unresolved or hasn't been fully processed. So now I've got the present, and then it could be 40 implicit memories getting activated, which then triggers that overregulation and now you have all this shame and all this dissociation just like sucking the life out of you basically. And that could be a chronic state for some people. So then, it can get handed down in DNA, in the way parents interact with their infants, all that kind of stuff. So it's not as simple as a chemical imbalance. Like all this stuff has an impact neurochemically, but then the key for me is then getting connected to these felt sense memories that are holding all this shame, releasing that, helping a person work through it in a safe environment, safe relationship, which then will lift that overregulation of the nervous system as well as discharge the shame. And it's very visceral. People are like, oh, I feel like something just came out of me or lifted off me. I feel so much lighter. I had somebody I work with recently, we did a couple sessions on that kind of work. And them and their spouse were like, yeah, he's just like calmer, lighter. He's more engaged. He's more present. So remember that. That may be something that you're suffering from is depression. It's not so simple as just like depression is a chemical imbalance, So it has a lot of causes and sources, and you have to identify. Therapy really has to be individualized. You have to identify the specific reason, that's causing your depressive symptoms. So think of it in terms of symptoms, not a disorder, so you can really get to the bottom of what's causing those symptoms. So I hope you found that useful for someone. If you feel like someone else could benefit from it, please forward it on. You can be a part of us helping as many people as we can. Like I said, that's our mission. Help as many people as we can in every way we can. So you can follow us on Facebook. We have a group on Facebook called Mind Zone. We're on Instagram at Gateway Center, YouTube at Gateway Counseling Center, and then Facebook Gateway Counseling Center. And then you can hit me up during the week at johnh@gatewaycounseling.com. where I'll, you don't have to wait till Tuesday. I'll email you questions and responses and all that stuff back, or you can ask them Tuesday night. So I will see you guys next Tuesday night at 8:15. Have a great week, and I'll see you then.